Hello, thank you for joining. Today I'm going to be reviewing a league I did with green black Stompy. Decided to try to add the black to add some Thoughtseize, some push, some Noxious Grass, some different things to just have a little bit more interaction. And with the adding black to the deck, we also get to play Regisaur and Scrap Heat Scrounger. Trying this list with one Nissa Vital Force, giving us a 5/5 that can help reduce the Great Hinge and Goltza, while also potentially bringing back permanents that we may have to discard with Regisaur or that had died in combat or through removal. And then one Vivian Reed, just answer flyers, artifacts, enchantments, and filling up our hand with creatures. So that's the list, and we'll get to the first game. Alright, so here we have our first match. Starting hands, only one lands. We got the turn 1 Elf, maybe a turn 2 Scrounger, not really doing a whole lot. Better just to toss it back and hope for better. And alright, this hand's a lot better. It's got our turn 1 Elf still, but now it's got turn 2 Regisaur, possibly a pretty fast Goltza as well. Good potential hands. We'll keep it. Alright, we end up putting the 4-drop on the bottom. It's the one that we're farthest away from casting. There's some argument for putting the heart on the bottom instead, but alright, when the die rolls, so we'll start out with the Llanowar. Try and shock that out. Get this Regisaur out fast. And looks like they're in spirits. So definitely just want to try to get a fast clock going. Swinging the 1 damage there, just not going to plan to block. And they pass, kind of representing that they're going to have something that's going to play as a blocker. Or just taking 7 to the face. We're going to discard the heart here. Don't really have anything good to crew, so rather keep this Goltza that's going to close out a game pretty fast. We're able to cast it, so we get Love Struck beat us out of our hands, making the 1/1 first. That way, Regisaur discarding for upkeep doesn't have a drawback. And then playing out that human first allows us to have enough mana for Goltza. And we're doing that pre-combat, so they can't do anything to our creature to prevent us being a Goltza, which they did have the bounce spell for the Regisaur, so we would have attacked first. We probably wouldn't be able to play the Goltza. And they end up bouncing the Goltza then instead, which means we get the 7 damage in. Fortunately, that does mean we have to discard the Goltza, but pick up the Great Hinge, pretty good draw here. Again, want to get this up pre-combat in case they do something during combat to our Regisaur. And then we're just going to attack. Attacking him with the human too, he's not really, we still have the Mystic back for the Dot Struck. He's not going to block here. Or if he block here, he won't block the human. And then now we get to play out the Luxury Beast. And of course he has a Spell Queller. He swings, he's not going to offer up that chump block to give us back a 5 or a 6/6. Fortunately, draw another land. Field taps down a big creature. Now we just swing with both. They don't have mana for any kind of tricks. If they want to block and trade, that's a very fair trade to take. We can't block, all their things fly anyway. Discard or play this land so I don't have to discard it. Selfless Spirit. Just going to tap that, gain the life. I mean, I can't wait until on the turn, but just doing it, getting that 2 life. I've already no cards in hand, nothing to bluff, so. Scroungers, pretty good draw. Play a Spirit, tap down our big dinosaur. Hold back to Mystic. I don't really want to trade it with a Sailor. Might potentially need it for the mana depending on what this Scrounger draws. Love Struck Beast is a pretty good draw. I'm going to make the 1/1 and play at Love Struck. And draw into a land. So looks like I could have swung with the land war, but I think that 1 damage, it was worth it for the mana rather than getting 1 extra damage. Alright, now they're only attacking with 1 creature, saving back a lot of blockers. We draw another land here. Another Herald, so they just get to tap our board down a lot. And all the creatures still have 1 toughness other than the Spell Queller, so I mean they're at 7 life at this point. Just attack them with everything. And they go for the block here to kill the Scrounger. But then they suck the Spirit to save all the creatures. But with that, it actually allows us to bring back Scrounger, which then allows us to draw a card, which is just another elf, but we get to play that elf, draw another card, into another land that we'll have to discard during our upkeep. Alright. And then if you click through, they go there really fast, but I'm picking up that game. Go to game 2. Alright, so we go to game 2. Sided in the 2 pushes. Side out the Questing Beast. And 1 Scrapede. And then the Nissa Vital Force. Opening hand's pretty mana heavy with 3 lands and Mystic, but it does have a push and it does have a Heart, which Heart of Current is going to be good if we can get something to crew it. And we're on the draw, so not a terrible hand. just a little heavy on lands. Drawing into another land definitely doesn't help the being heavy on lands. Right. There's a good solid creature. Get it out. Able to crew the Heart of Kirin with it. And they got a Herald to tap down our... They actually tapped down our Elf here, allowing us to swing in for the 5 damage. Going, playing Equip Shadows here. I could play with the Elf. Don't really need the mana. I could play with the Heart, but I don't really have anything to crew it. So while I can, I'm just gonna play an Equipped and get in 6 points of life gain. Put myself back up to a nice healthy life total while taking down theirs. Play another Herald. Tapped on both of our creatures this time. And we draw another Land Aura, which is just really unfortunate. I tap my mana worm here. I tap down both green for the Heart of Kirin. So now I have to tap my black-green source for the Elf. And then I go ahead and decide to push here, just thinking that I won't be able to do much else with it, because whatever else I try to target, they sacrifice the spirit, forgetting about my own Shadow Sphere, and that I could still save it to try to kill one of these 2 Heralds. I just have to find a way to trigger Revolt, which is not the easiest thing to do with this deck. So there is some argument for holding the push. Maybe it was the right play. Maybe just trying to absorb some of the damage was a better play. So they play, presenting pretty good clock there. Vivian's a pretty good draw here. Get to minus it and kill their creature pumping all their other flyers. And of course we don't actually get to swing in. Or we crew in response to them tapping, so we do get to swing in, but now with the Lifelinker. Get to swing in for 4. And down to 10. Because of this Vivian, we'll actually be able to crew this Heart and have a blocker. So just what we do. Vivian's being attacked by the 2 Heralds, and Sailor's just going for me. Going to crew. Go for 4 blocks. Company into Selfless and Deputy Attention, so they get to tap down my Heralds and to tension my Steel Leaf. So Vivian's ends up dying, and I take 1 down to 12. So Great Hinge, not easy to cast. Also, this Heart is not being easy to crew. I'm going to just try to set up to where I can cast a Great Hinge next turn. Attack here, which may not be the best thing, trying to save back. Miscalculated my math, thought I could move the Shadow Sphere to this Elf and then still have 2 Elves left to crew. I didn't think about having to tap the output of the mana, so I couldn't actually accrue. So that was a little bit of a mistake. Just gained this 2 points of damage in lifelink, or he could have blocked here too. So getting that 2 points of damage in didn't really seem as good as just saving up the blocker in the Heart of Current. Attacking in, putting a low life total, and they're drawing a pretty good draw there, because now you get to play it out. And then get to play out this great hinge from the 2 mana. You're going to attack in, get my 2 life. And then I move the Shadow Sphere. Might not have been the... I mean, I know this register is not blocking anyway, so making it bigger might not have been worth, losing the elf there. Ultimately, it's not really going to matter. If he has a lot of flying in the air, I'm relying on his Heart of Current to try to be able to block. Otherwise, I just die to all this flying. So try to activate Heart. I guess I actually do get to block, but it's still lethal. Even with the 1 blocker, it's still lethal by 2. So that was game 2. I'm going to do game 3 now. Alright, so we're on to game 3 of the match. I believe I kept the sideboard the same. Yeah, no changes to how I previously sideboarded. A little bit risky of a hand. Double elf with only 1 lands, but also 2 Lovestruck Beast. It's got a lot of potential. So end up keeping it. Getting that turn 1 Land War. Drawing into another Land War. I'm not drawing lands, so I just want to try to get out as many mana dorks as I can. So not using either of these Lovestruck Beasts, I just want to get the mana producing elves. Not too worried about the Deputy Attention yet. He only has 1 land, and these do have 2 different names, so the most he's going to hit is 2 of them. Still not a land. At least at this point, I get to play Heart's Desire and play a Lovestruck Beast. Looks like they're also missing mana drops. But Great Hinge is actually able to cast it, which is helpful. Gives me some more mana. Get that attack in after I play Great Hinge. And now just get value, play out the card in my hand at 10. And there's Tension, they get 2 elves with it. Trying to set me back up on mana a little. Can't activate Heart, so take the damage there. Shadow Sphere is a pickup, which is good to deal with the Selfless Spirit, so go and play it out first. Then go ahead and use this Noxious Grasp on the Detention to get my 2 elves back. That way I get 2 more card draws from this Great Hinge. I get rid of his blocker. Just overall good things. He ends up sacrificing the Selfless Spirit, which makes me pay 1 mana for my Shadow Sphere to make it lose indestructible, so I can actually kill it. I get back my 2 elves, get to draw my 2 cards. And then he concedes at that point. Alright, so that was match 1, and that's getting the win 2-1. Alright, so we're here in match 2 now, game 1. Open our hand really slow. We got a turn 2 heart. If we get a lance, we can get turn 3 steel leaf, crew. Pretty risky. Okay, I'm on the draw, so decided to try it and hope to get the land. So I did actually get the lands. Play out the turn 1 Shadow Sphere. And it looks like I'm against Bant Spirits again. You got a pretty fast start here with the turning everything on curve pretty well. Meanwhile, my curve's looking not so great. Heart with nowhere to crew it yet. Alright, so they just played a land and passed. Like, I'm pretty sure they're holding a Spell Queller here, but my hand is not very good at playing around it. I'm either gonna just pay 1 mana to make a 1/1 and like equip it with Shadow Sphere, or play out the Steel Leaf into the Spell Queller. Like, none of my options really seem all that great here, so I hope that maybe he doesn't have it and go with the Steel Leaf rather than trying to just waste my turn making a 1/1. He does have it. Gets to swing in. Iron Shock. Try to get this Hearts as the Substruck Beast. And he's got no Spell Queller. There's no from this coming back from this. I mean, I can't beat that draw. So on to game 2. Alright, we're on to game 2. Sideboarded the same way I sideboarded the last time I played this deck. Put into 2 pushes. Took out the Scrap Heat. Took out the Blessing Beast. And then the Subjective Books. Pretty land heavy hand here, but it's got piece removal. It's got a 3/2. Doesn't have anything that makes this Furnace be able to attack or block, which is kind of worrisome, but it's not bad. It's worth keeping. Alright, there's a nice 3-drop over the Furnace, much better. Their start's looking very similar. The ideal turn 1 into the turn 2. Go ahead and get out this now I can before the Spell Queller comes out. Get it attack in for 3. Just shock into the Temple Garden, don't play anything. Sounds like a Spell Queller to me. But it's actually a Herald. Herald, tap down my Steel Leaf. And then that was a misclick on me. I should have attacked into the 3/2, but I accidentally passed past combat. So, yeah, just a punt there. Happens. Go ahead and play out the bonus, and then come and play tap land. Could have also played out the Regisaur, but I really don't want to start devaluing myself yet. Not when next turn I can play out my hand and then play Regisaur. Get the attacking for a lot. Right, so now you get to. Although Noxious Grass isn't actually doing a lot here because now the entire board is just blue cards. They play out their Flash Spirit. Get to tap down one of my guys. I swing in. Take it here, go to 7. And then the Double Strike Beast, saving my 2 mana for this Noxious Grass. So they go to swing for me exactly 8 when I'm at 8. So my only out here is to just try to Noxious Grass for that 1 life gain to put myself up to 9 and go to 1 life. So I attempt to Noxious Grass my own Ronus because it's indestructible, it's not going to die anyway, but I still get the life gain. Although, of course, why wouldn't he have a Spell Queller combo? Stop the Noxious Grasp and give his creature actually +1/+1, making now him dealing 9 damage to me while I'm at 8. So end up losing that match 0-2. Alright, so on to the third match. I'm going to die roll, I get to be play. Pretty solid, good start here. Start with the Llanowar out there. Or Elvish Mystic. Alright, they also have an Elvish Mystic. Possibly they're playing the same thing I am. That Overgrown Tomb. Because it's Llanowar Mystic and it can't block this Steel Leaf, I'll get that out. Rather just not have it chumped. Or rather not play the Regisaur and just have it chumped. They play an Elves Visionary, so they're actually not on the same thing I'm playing, they're Elves. Now I go and play with the Regisaur just to help me cast this Golgari next turn. I swing in, can't block. I hold back this Elf. When I could play the Elf this turn, I'm going to have to discard a card during upkeep, so I just hold it back. Alright. These getting a lot of their chump blockers. This Regisaur is not going to be that great. Discard the Elf. Play out the Golgari pre-combat. Probably wasn't good to play that up pre-combat. Golgari made sense in case they have some kind of trick or something, combat kill it. I'll make sure I be able to cast Golgari, swing in. They actually don't block any of it, they just go to 1 life. They could have chump blocked it, but I guess they just know the Golgari is going to come in next turn and they won't be able to deal with it, so we pick up game 1 there. Alright, so we're in game number 2. Against Elves, sided in the pushes. Regisaur, seems like it's just going to be a creature that's going to be chump blocked by a bunch of Elves. Nissa and Vivian also don't seem that great in this matchup. And then cutting 1 heart as well. Pretty solid hand here. They're heavy on the 1-drop Elves, but still a great hand. They start Forest and Elf. Join them with the Forest and Elf. Also keep a note, they've mulliganed really low down here. They've forget how much they had in the exact opening hand, but they're already down to 3 cards. Which is why they forced to kind of play out the shaman. Like, they don't have a lot else going on, and they just need this 2 toughness creature here to be able to block this board. Questing Beast is a good draw. The only thing they have that can block it is the shaman. So go and play that out and start getting Questing Beast in. Make another 1/1 human. They get Visionary, try to get some more card draw up there. Still missing the black source for this grass, but got Steel Leaf. End up actually drawing the black source there, which is nice, and comes in untapped. Play that out, and then attack with just a Questing Beast. The only thing that can block it is a Shaman. Then Collected Company into Clan Claw and Mystic. Not very good Collected Company for them. But they end up blocking it. Now I get to Noxious Grass, kill their Clan Caller, bring Shaman back down 3/2. And pretty good value there. Play the Steel Leaf as another creature they can't block. Pass it back to them. Another Shaman. Something that can actually block this Questing Beast and Steel Leaf. Puts me down to 11. But still just has a board of 1/1s. 1/3/2. Another land here. So at this point, he's attacking with the 2 creatures they can't block. Or can't trade. So they just jump block there, take 4, and then they get to play up to 5/5s. Push to finish off my Steel Leaf. Alright. Now, all they have is a 2/2. Everything else is just 1/1s. So I go and just, or I think about swinging to humans and the Elvish, but I mean, we're at the same life total, so their kickback swing could actually, be pretty scary. Rather just swing with the big creatures and save some blockers back. And they're not drawing anything relevant, so scoop it up. Alright, on to match number 4. Pretty slow, bad hands. 2 Regisaurs is not great, so I'll give that down. A bit of a better hand with at least we can get Regisaur on turn 2 with the Llanowars. Only 1 Ronus. So I'm going to put 1 of these Regisaurs on the bottom because 2 Regisaurs is not great. It might have been worth it to play the Regisaur there, shocking in the Overgrown Tomb. But this way we get to attack with our Ronus. the Regisaur there, we would have had a blocker for this. It might have been a better play. Because we end up still having to shotgun the Overgreen Tomb anyway. And then we get to pass that to Regisaur. With the Regisaur as a blocker, go ahead and just attack in so they don't block, or so they don't attack us. Discard down this Overgreen Tomb. Play with this Nissa, make a 5/5. Attack out with everything. And then the fourth collected company deck in a row. So far we're 4 for 4 in this league of playing against company decks. They hit a Marshall and a Bugle, which is pretty good. It makes their Inoffenza with the bolster trigger into a 5/5, makes their Marshalls into 5/5s. They end up blocking, and I mean they trade that off there just because they were swinging back to lethal. I didn't see many blockers. So end up losing that game. Alright, so game 2. Put in the pushes, put in the Noxious Grasp, and just take out the Scrap Heats. I want to be having more creatures that can actually block those things that they're doing. I want to play a little less aggressive, so I'm going to take those out. Opening hands, not all that great. Again, the double Regisaur, nothing turn 1 really besides a push. Better of a turn, or better of a starting hands. I get to put one of these elves on bottom. I don't need that many. Start with the elf. Play another elf. Can't really attack. Not a really great turn 2. Looks like their turn 2 is also not that great. Cast out the Questing piece. Get the attacking with it. Get sack the clue. And then I hold back this Mystic for after the Great Hinge so I can get more value off of it. Take out the Knight of the White Orchard, get that extra land. There's another Raven Spectre. And I play these out pre-combat just in case if they draw into something that I can play before combat. I don't actually end up drawing into anything relevant, so I just swing it for 4. Play with Heliod and Stasis. Trying to take Regisaur, not all that great. Shadow Sphere is actually kind of decent here. At least gets rid of the indestructible Heliod for Shadow Sphere and gives my Regisaur Trample. Pretty good combination of things. But it ends up not mattering because they get the Walking Ballista and give it lifelink, and I have no cards in hand, no interaction, so I'll end up taking that match. Alright, so now we're on the final match. opening hands, it's got some potential. 1 land away from a turn 4 or turn 3, Great Henge. Maybe into turn 5 Ghalta, so we end up keeping it. Go ahead and start with the Ronus. That way we can try to get value off of this beast by playing Heart's Desire and then playing out the beast. Then killing off the mana, so we can't play the Great Henge this turn, and we can't get value off the Left Struck, so I guess it ended up being the same either one I played first. Get in for the attack for 5. They play a Kiora. I could take Kiora down to 2, but when they're at 15 and I got 5/5s, Kiora's not being that scary right now. I just go attack them down to 10. And then I get to play out the Great Henge and a 13/13 Ghalta. Draw a card, and yeah, they're at 10 life. They don't have enough to block the Ghalta in 1 turn, so end up picking up game 1. Alright, on to game 2. Sideboarding into Fatal Pushes. Just siding out Nissa and Vivian Reed. Okay, starting hands. Needs a land, preferably a land that produces black mana. Opponent ends up mulliganing down to 4 cards. So we got the black mana, go ahead and use it, play at the Registrar. That way next turn we can get the Great Henge out for only 2 mana, where we would play the Ronus. We would actually have to pay 4 mana for that. And they end up scooping to the turn 2 Registrar with a really harsh mulligan, so end up picking up the League 3-2.